say your bit.
Love yourself. No.
Say your bit.
The bit was I want you to love yourself.
Right now, it's not going to happen.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a little bit dangerous whenever I don't feel good. And Drew's like, what do I do? It's like the what is it? The snake that might bite? Or like I have to be nice around it. Like they might bite my hand off.
Don't bite the hand that feeds.
Sure. Do I feed you? Probably not.
Kinda, sometimes.
Kinda. But when I'm grumpy, like I can feel Drew being like, I gotta walk on eggshells.
You know what's funny? You're actually not grumpy. I actually think you're
today?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant as a human.
I also wouldn't describe you as a grumpy human.
Wait, really? That means a lot because I feel grumpy a lot.
I would describe you as someone that doesn't take shit. And like sometimes you're just like all people feel this way, but sometimes it's just like you are capital in quotes, not in the mood. Like, and a lot of people like me or other people are like, I'm not in the mood, but I will pretend to be to just make everyone feel. And when Des isn't in the mood, anyone around her is also not going to be in the mood.
Well, hang on now. That is true, but I do have, and this is going to sound very arrogant, but I do have a very like powerful energy. Woo woo, watch out.
True.
But it's like if I'm just chilling and just existing, but not really saying much and being my outgoing self, people are like, oh shit, something's really wrong with Des. And I'm just like, no, I'm just like, everything's fine. But people always check in with me if I'm not at my 110%.
Well, Des is a Gemini, as we maybe have known. And what
like
you say
obvious.
is that people always think of Gemini as two-faced. And I think the two-faced thing has this negative connotation of like a good face and a bad face.
Totally.
That's not you. There are just two faces of you. And there's no other faces. And sometimes they change on a dime.
Yeah, Drew never knows what he's going to get.
No.
Like, isn't that so exciting? Like, we never know which version of Des he's going to get.
I do remember when we were flying back from, like, specifically this one, we were flying back from New York after Fanatics, and, like, it was a long trip. It had been a long day because we couldn't get back because when we had to fly out of New York was the World Cup was happening.
The World Cup. And our flight was out of New Jersey. The World Cup was in New Jersey. And they said no one's going to New Jersey.
We were in Manhattan. And so typically you can there's like 18 different trains. There are 18 different ways, all by train, that you can take out of Manhattan into New Jersey. On that day, New York, which was smart, was like, every train is going to the stadium. They're not going anywhere else.
Makes sense.
And
not
so
for us.
No. So we couldn't do it. We had to pay for a long Uber, whatever. Then we got there and we tried to watch the game and we were at a bar and the guy was like, I can't use the remote. It was a weird day. Anyway, we get on the plane and Des not even said anything. She just was kind of like, I think when we sat down on the plane, Des was like, the trip is done for me. Like, now that we're on the plane,
I don't even remember this moment.
Is over. And you just were like, that was when I kept not being able to hear you.
Oh my God.
And every time I would say what, at one point I said what, and you were like, I'm going to murder you.
You couldn't hear me all day. Every time I said something, I'd have to repeat myself. And after the 36th time, I've had enough. I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to talk to Drew anymore. It's just us. But I'm not going to talk to him anymore.
A couple times where she said something to me and I did not hear her. And I was like, yeah, I agree. Like, because I was just terrified to say, huh?
There's one time you were like, for sure. And I was like, I know for a fact. He's just saying that so I won't bite his head off. Yeah, for sure.
But no, and it wasn't bad. But I remember when you got off the plane, we finally landed, we were back, it had slowed down, and you were like, hey, I'm tired, I'm sorry. And you had nothing to be sorry about, but you could tell.
No.
But it was, truly, I didn't think of this until now. You sat down on the plane, and you got your neck pillow ready, and you were like, I'm done with the trip.
But I didn't say those words.
No, but you were like,
it must have been an energy.
The trip is over for me.
Yeah, dude. And I'm such a sleep princess. Like, if I don't get 8 hours of sleep, I start to run down the next day, and then after that, it's bad. We got max 5 hours of sleep for 5 nights in a row.
And it wasn't good sleep.
No, fighting for my life.
Yeah.
So by the end, I was just not in a great place. And you're like the one that is with me all the time, and we lived together for over 2 years. Like, you have seen every side of me.
Yeah.
And I think it's not funny because we've had some serious conversations about you being like, I don't know which version of Des I'm going to get. And sometimes I'm like, Drew, me neither. Me neither, okay? I don't know what's coming out today. There's some days that I can handle all your bits, and there's some days that I'm like, shut up! So this weekend, I had a really important test out for a new thing I'm instructing. What I'm instructing, we'll never know.
Which she passed.
Which I passed, which we're really excited about. But Drew came in hot and was doing bits left and right. I gave his girlfriend these green socks, and he goes, I want green socks. And I was so stressed out because I'm basically auditioning to become an instructor. I'm like, shut up, Drew. I can't even deal with a single bit right now. And this is after multiple bits had failed prior. Yeah. So it wasn't just the socks. But, so I can either sometimes really handle your bits and we're back and forth, and sometimes I'm like, not right now. Right now.
And on the same train, sometimes when you're like, I don't know what version I'm going to get, I can't control the bits. You think I love constantly saying bits all the time?
You can't help it.
No, I can't.
You cannot help it. It's crazy. So that's where we're at right now. Drew doesn't know what side he's going to get, and me neither, because I'm tired. I'm not feeling great.
But you know what? As someone who can't control his bits, sometimes I can't control when I want to say nice things. I wouldn't do this ride with anyone else. And I do mean that genuinely.
I mean that genuinely, too. There we are.
Just the laugh? You didn't say anything.
I mean it genuinely that I agree with what you just said. I agree. Like, the whole freaking thing. Anyways, so let's get into our updates besides just currently how I'm feeling. Drewski, how's your training for the Taco Bell 50K? Everyone is dying to know.
We have some updates to talk about.
Okay, what are the updates?
After careful consideration.
Okay.
And my body not agreeing with me training as aggressively as I have been. And the only reason I've been training aggressively the last couple weeks is because I haven't been training as aggressively as I should have been training earlier. It's been back and forth.
He means the running training, not the Taco Bell. He's been training aggressively for that all throughout. Really? You haven't had Taco Bell in a while? That was a joke. I know you don't eat Taco Bell a lot, but
it doesn't matter. I have been training, but then my consistency with it has been difficult. And with running, training, you have to be consistent. Some of you are on the edge of your seats being like, I know what you're about to say, just say it. October 3rd in Denver will not feature Drew Simon at the Taco Bell 50K. However, hold on. Hold on. Des and I are working tirelessly behind the scenes.
Do you know why I'm so tired? This is why.
To figure out sometime in the next several months, there will be Drew, there will be running, and there will be tacos. I can guarantee you that, okay? We are figuring out exactly what the details are. And I have already officially, I'm going to be officially signing up for the LA 2027 marathon.
Cool.
And then after I train really hard for that, I will hopefully be in a better place. I won't have just moved and all these other things and whatever. And then I can... before I die, I will do the Taco Bell 50K.
Wait a minute. The LA Marathon is in March. You're doing this Taco Bell 50K before then.
Well, not this Taco Bell 50K.
I understand. You're doing our Taco Bell 50K before then.
I know. You started... You didn't hear what I said. I'm going to do the Taco Bell 50K
eventually
at some point before I die.
Before you die, I did hear that. But I think we got to get the punishment out for you.
No, I agree.
In the next couple months.
I agree.
Oh, okay, cool. I thought you were saying I'll train for the marathon once I do the marathon.
No.
Yes. So we're going to figure out a way to do it here. In Los Angeles.
And you know what? I don't think anything will come of this, but if there are any sports ballers in LA and they want to come watch whatever the hell we figure out doing?
We're going to make an event out of it. It's going to be an event because I have to follow you annoyingly and meet you at every Taco Bell stop to make sure you're eating
I think it's going to be better to just do laps at a certain thing. And
wait, that's so funny.
And we have tacos.
So every like 5 laps, I feed you a chalupa.
Yeah. We're going to figure this out.
Wait, I love it. You know what? This is way better than the Taco Bell 50K in Colorado.
Great.
This is even better. Okay, great. So we had to break that news.
Yes, I'm sorry, but also it's going to be better now, so don't worry about it. Moving on.
Moving on. Drew, you also had a softball game last night, which was big.
I'm so glad you asked, Des.
I know.
The Moonshots have officially clinched the playoffs. We will be playing in the playoffs.
That's
I'm not going to tell you how many spots we of playoffs availability. I'm not going to tell you how many spots there are for teams to make the playoffs. I'm not going to tell you how many teams are in this division.
But I will. There's 6 spots in the playoffs and there's 8 teams in the division.
No.
Oh.
4 spots in the playoffs and 6 teams in the division.
Damn it, I thought that's what it was.
All I was going to say is, I'm not going to tell you those things, but I will tell you there are teams that did not make the playoffs.
So, all right. So, that's good.
Drew was 1 for 2. I had a single, 2 walks,
okay,
2 runs scored, and a spectacular backpedaling pop-up catch.
Whoa!
Felt really good about that one, actually.
Typically, yeah, that you trip. It's easy to trip to backpedal,
especially in this field, man.
Really?
I was on the sand. It's not called sand. The dirt, whatever.
Sure.
And then the dirt turns into the outfield, and this outfield is a minefield of like potholes and grass and different things. So once I got to, I would have my head up.
I've always wondered that because when I watch your guys' games, you guys are like 4-year-olds tripping over your feet in the outfield.
Some of it we're 4-year-olds tripping over our feet.
Okay.
But some of it is that outfield is a disaster.
Oh.
So anyway, we'll be playing the number 1 seed. It's probably
and
not
4th
seed? So whatever. But
miracles can happen. I will be there.
And you know what I will say?
That's a miracle.
That is a miracle. Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
We beat the 2nd seed team, the Dingers, who we love.
Yes, we do love them.
We beat the Dingers, and the Dingers beat the team in 1st right now. So, ipso facto,
you already beat
it's anyone's
the number
game.
1 seed. Oh my God. I didn't realize you were that close. Okay.
So, that's big.
Holy cow.
That's pretty much all I have.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. I saw one of the coolest things I've ever seen this weekend before we get into football.
Also, but I have a question now that I'm realizing, but go.
About this? Or you want to? So I wanted to go to this event for so long, and it was Top Gun in concert. Sorry, Top Gun Maverick in concert. I learned about this, I think 5 months ago, and I was like, I gotta go. There's this place called the Hollywood Bowl in LA. It's basically Red Rocks, but not as great. But it's an outdoor amphitheater. They do concerts there. They do movies there. All types of things.
We'll do shows there.
Yes, for Netflix as a joke festival. So what they were going to do is play the movie and then have an orchestra score underneath it.
And they do this for a lot of movies.
Yes.
Especially with they'll do Lord of the Rings
Harry
or
Potter.
Jaws, that have these iconic soundtracks.
Yes. And I went, and it was quite literally the coolest thing I've been to all year. And I
went to New York with
me.
Yeah.
Met Nick Bainito. All right, you guys. So I had goosebumps the entire time. They started out with a flyover.
They did?
Yes, I didn't tell you. I haven't told you at all about this. There was a flyover in the beginning. They did.
What kind of planes?
I don't know.
I
can show you a video.
F-16
no,
That'd be awesome.
No, but they're playing the Star Spangled Banner, and at the very end, the land of the free flyover. Dun, dun, dun.
They timed it well?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Yes. Then watch the whole movie, and then at the end, oh my God, I'm going to start crying. When Lady Gaga is singing her song, fireworks start happening.
Was she there?
No, because a lot of times when Hollywood Bowl does this thing, because it's Hollywood, a lot of times they get these. I thought Tom Cruise was going to be there, introducing the movie, or Miles Teller, and definitely Lady Gaga would be singing at the end. She was not. But fireworks, definitely next best thing.
That is cool.
I'm huge on fireworks. Like literally, 4th of July is my favorite holiday because of the fireworks. I know my future wedding will have fireworks.
Wow, really?
Yes, I can't have a wedding without them.
I had no idea about
If I could have every birthday with fireworks, I would hire fireworks. I love fireworks so much. So the fact that Top Gun decided to end it that way, I said, yep, this is the best night of my life.
Well, now I can ask, what did you think of the movie?
What's so funny, you're not the first person to ask me that. Alex.
What did you think of your favorite movie?
So Alex DM'd me. She goes, wow, so you can finally say you've seen this movie. Because last season we talked about on Sports Ball that my favorite movie of all time is Top Gun 1, but Top Gun 2 I love. We saw it in Memorial Day weekend when it came out, and I fell asleep. And then I was like, you know what? The one thing I want to do for my birthday, 2 birthdays ago, is watch Top Gun at the end of the night. Fell asleep. Both at the same exact parts. So somehow I fall asleep when they're like, we got to go on this mission. And I wake up and Tom Cruise and Miles Teller are in the forest. I'm like, where did we get? How did we get here? I learned how they got there. Yeah, Miles saved his life. Yeah. Pretty cool. Spoiler alert.
And then Tom Cruise is mad about it.
And then he's mad. Why? And then at the very end when they're hugging and he's like, thanks. And then Miles goes, it's what my dad would have done. And I said, that is what your dad would have done. It's such a good movie, dude. It's good movie. Such a good movie. And I also went with my friend Tara Rose.
Shout out T Rose.
Shout out T Rose. She's never seen any of the Top Guns.
What?
I know. So it would go ahead.
She seems like a Top Gun person. Do you know what I mean?
You know what's so fun? I don't know. Because I don't think I was that surprised, but I was so excited because I was like, I get to see Top Gun through someone's eyes who's never seen it for the first time, and my own eyes who's never seen the movie all the way through. But she loved it, and I was like, yes, just you tell me when you want to watch the first Top Gun, when and where. I'll be there. I know, so we gotta figure that out. For that too. I know. So that was sort of our week. Yeah. Big events happening.
You know what else is a big event?
We gotta get into it. Preseason week 1. Preseason week 1. We saw football, you guys. Drew saw his team play football.
First quarter, I am pumped for the Miami Dolphins.
First quarter.
You may be laughing.
Oh, okay.
What happens in the first quarter of preseason games?
When all the starters are out.
Starters are playing.
Okay.
The only people... No, I'm not going to say that. Everyone on my team is important and matters and deserves a chance to be important.
Yeah, watch yourself.
I know. You know who's the most important on the team, though? The quarterback. And my, oh my, does Malik Willis give me tingles.
Tingles?
Tingles,
wow,
Des.
Tingles.
I have never been so excited about a 4-for-5, 43-yard thing. That's nothing.
Is that all he did?
4-for-3, 43 yards.
4 for 5? You said 4 for 5. Okay.
Plus 2 carries for 9 yards.
Wait. To be honest, I did not watch this game, Sports Ballers. I know. Because my team was on. So
that's true.
I didn't want to watch the replay because I wanted Drew to tell me in real time. Okay. So, how long was he out there?
One snap. One series.
One drive or one series. Okay, 4 for 5, 43 yards. So that means he had 4 completions out of 5 attempts, basically.
Do you know what his one? We'll get into his one incompletion because it shouldn't have been incompletion.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? What was it?
All right, we'll just skip over to it.
Oh.
So it's fine.
If we can wait.
We'll wait. We're going to wait.
I'm going to.
He did, but overall, he executed, it was a 14-play, 93-yard opening drive. Touchdown.
Okay.
Running out of the... What could Tua not do except everything?
Yeah.
But Malik can do these things well. He can catch the ball when it's snapped to him, something Tua famously can't do a lot, actually. He can run out of the pocket and then throw the ball. Throwing on the run, beautiful. He can run at people and not almost maybe die. He can... he had a deep throw. He had I should have gotten the numbers for it, but it was like a 30-yard throw. It was effortless. Malik Willis just, Tua, every time he had to throw like a deep ball, it looked like a kid that was about to be like, I gotta get it there. Like his whole body would turn around and like he almost looked like an outfielder trying to throw someone out at home and like throw his whole body. Malik just So that was awesome. Devon Achane, the savior of this team, who's going to be doing. Our coach even said on a press conference. I'm all over the place. Our coach said on a press conference last week that he might have to carry Devon Achane to the locker room after games because of how much he's going to be getting the ball. Don't say that, Jeff. Don't say that. I get it's like a funny...
Insane.
It's like a funny joke, but like... I would like him to walk on his own after having a normal game.
But also, isn't that straight up? I know he's joking. We're not taking this completely seriously. Giving your opponents your playbook by being like, hey, Devon Achane is going to be running the ball if it looks like we're running the ball.
Yeah, but also like, now it could be little mind tricks.
I don't think that.
And or also, no one's, this isn't a surprise. He's the best player on our team by far. Like
because he's the one that's been there the longest, and
also,
that's not long.
But
you
he's
know
also
what I mean?
no, but he's a good running back.
No, he is good. He's one of the top in fantasy.
I know.
Yeah, one of the top ranked.
So anyway, now getting back to his Malik Willis's incompletion.
Finally, that's the one thing I wanted to ask.
But there's a whole thing.
Okay.
So Caleb Douglas, rookie 3rd round, I believe, draft pick, who all camp everyone's been like Malik Willis and Caleb Douglas's connection has been really, really good. Also Malik Washington, which we talked about last week.
Malik squared.
Malik squared.
Oh, it's just Malik squared. That's a double.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah.
But Caleb Douglas has been having a good kind of connection with him too. This game.
Drew just did the weirdest.
I don't know.
You're in it. You're in the zone. Keep going.
Malik Willis goes back. Just wide open Caleb Douglas. 25, 30-yard pass. Wide open. Caleb Douglas catches it. Oh, baby, let's go. Except Caleb Douglas, there is no one around him. He is out of bounds. No one's pushing him out of bounds. He just catches the ball out of bounds.
No.
So that was like, hey, don't do that. I kind of think you should be cut from my team. Next play, this is going to be bad. Malik Willis, go back. Even longer throw. Effortless. Caleb Douglas, going to catch it. Pass interference. One hand. Tips it to himself, then while falling down, catches it. We all saw it.
Yeah, it was pretty
NFL
cool.
posted everywhere. It was the coolest one-handed catch ever. This guy got cut from the team, and the next play was like, never mind, I'm staying on this GD team. That out of bounds was the only incompletion that Malik Willis had, so it wasn't his fault.
Okay.
Should be 5 for 5 for like 112 yards.
Fine. Malik Willis had a good 5 passes.
And that's all we're getting. And I'm not going to overreact. I've been overreacting this entire
just have.
time.
Yes.
I know. I'm excited about this boy.
Because you got the tingles.
Malik Willis. He gives me tingles, man. And let me tell you something. Tua has had some good seasons. Never gave me tingles.
You never got Tua tingles?
Maybe when he was drafted.
You got Tua tingles?
I think.
Yeah.
I can't recall the Tua tingles.
Okay.
So
now you got the
Malik Willis.
Or I was thinking Willis Wiggles, but I like
Ooh, no, I like Willis Wiggles.
Willis Wiggles.
Or the Malik Mimis. Nope. Nope. Sometimes I forget that like we're doing this for people to listen.
I know that people are going to see you do all of that.
No, the Willis Wiggles. We're going to call it the Willis Wiggles.
Okay.
And we're going to have a stat how many Willis Wiggles I got each game. This one single wiggle.
One single wiggle.
But just for the entire drive.
That you finally got to see what your new quarterback is doing for your team.
Also, at one point, one of his runs, it was like towards the end zone. He ran, I think he almost got a first down. Horse collar on him. Illegal. You can't do that. You can't grab him by the back of the shoulder pads and pull him. They did this. If they would have done this to Tua, he would have, and I keep disparaging Tua. I'm sorry. I love you, man.
No, you don't.
But I do as a person. But, like, if someone did that to Tua, he would have, like in Hulk, when, like, Hulk, like, smashes a human, that's what Tua would have. So this guy did it to Malik, and his arm fell off. The defender's arm was like, and Malik was just like,
I think you got 2 Willis Wiggles this game. You're pretty stoked on this guy.
I am. And he's big, and I was listening to another podcast. I saw a clip. You're going to have to just stop me at some point and be like, let's talk about the Broncos.
No, you have time.
I know, but still. And for people who don't know about Malik Willis, like Drew 2 months ago, he was drafted by the Titans, I believe, and started, like, was going to start.
I I got it.
Thanks.
Continue.
And
he was third round of the 2022 NFL draft with the Titans.
Yes. And he started 3 games for them. And immediately they were not good games. He didn't play well. And they were like, get out. Done. We're done with you. And then he went to Green Bay. And then he was the backup and only came in and started to show his stuff when Jordan Love got hurt. And Malik Willis was talking about this in this podcast. He was like, I didn't have a chance to learn anything. 3 games. And I was like, they were like, we're done with you. And like, now I've had some time to learn and grow and become a human. Like,
I don't know, the way you're explaining and telling me about him, I'm getting a little bit of wiggles in me.
And all I'm wiggling about.
What?
What is the only thing I'm wiggling about?
Your 4 completed passes.
No, week 1 against the Raiders. Every time I do this. The bit that you can never.
Right, week 1 against the Las
I'm not wiggling
Vegas
about
Raiders.
the whole season. I'm not wiggling being over here like Super Bowl. Absolutely no way. But all I'm wiggling about, week 1 against the Raiders.
Week 1 against the Raiders?
Willis? Ooh, Malik Willis, Max Crosby showdown.
Ugh. Yeah.
Sit down, Max Crosby. Other things that happened during this game. We're not going to talk about anything after that, really, because we lost like 21-7 or something. But it's whatever. Preseason, that stuff does matter.
Does matter. Most of it does. You're right. It doesn't matter when your team loses. It does matter when your team wins.
Exactly.
Yes.
Well said. One thing I want to talk about, Jalen Tolbert. We got him from Dallas. He was drafted by Dallas, spent the first 4 years with Dallas. He's wearing number 1. Tua used to wear number 1. And so I was watching highlights, and at first they showed a pass to Tolbert. It was just like a little like out route, like completion. But I was like, it was jarring after spending 6 years watching Tua as my quarterback to be like, why is Tua running out as a like? It just was weird. I didn't think that would confuse me, but it's going to give me some time, Tolbert, to get used to you not being Tua. So that was weird. A couple other just main things. Cornerback Marco Wilson, who had spent the last 2 years with the Bengals, had a great undercut pickoff of third-string QB Sam Hartman. Our edge rushers David Ojabo and Max Llewellyn had a great like double sack for a 3rd and goal showdown.
How do you say his name? Max Llewellyn?
I think so. How do you say it?
I'm genuinely curious.
I think it's that because that sounds right, and I feel like I've heard people say that.
Cool.
That's all I got. We're experts. And then Jonah Saviniea.
Whoa.
I'm so sorry, Jonah.
Saviniea.
Yeah.
Saviniea. Jonah Saviniea.
We're getting there.
Wow.
Who had one of the worst seasons for an offensive lineman last year.
Why?
He was just
couldn't block anyone.
Couldn't block. Really, really bad. He struggled. PFF, Pro Football Focus, ranked him as like one of the worst. I think he's a guard, but offensive lineman. It was really, really bad. He's had a really good camp and had a really good game. Like people are saying like this, he's had a huge jump. So that was super, super cool to see. Some other small things, Marcus Mariota, which, I mean, it's a commander, but it was super scary. He had what do they call it? You have no idea what I'm talking about. Non-contact. He had a non-contact injury, which just means like if you see a player running and all of a sudden they go down, it's usually scary. Like,
oh no, so, Marcus Mariota.
Mariota. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, the backup QB. So he's probably out.
It was an MCL sprain. He should be good for week 1, but it was scary.
Ooh, that is spooky.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Other than that, as far as other injuries, Quinn Ewers had a groin injury during this game.
Dude, groins.
I know.
All about injuries.
We signed Mark Gronowski. And by signed, I mean we re-signed him. We signed him at the beginning of training camp as an undrafted free agent and then cut him. And then we were like, just kidding. We need you again. Come back.
Aww.
So right now it's still Malik Willis. Quinn Ewers is listed as second, but he's hurt right now. Then Cam Miller. Then now we have a 4th quarterback, Mike.
Who the hell is Cam Miller?
He's our 3rd-string quarterback.
What year?
We drafted him this year.
This year?
Yeah.
Oh.
And then we have an undrafted Mike.
You need 4 quarterbacks?
Or Mark Gronowski. Right now we do. Because we don't have... Because Quinn Ewers is hurt.
Okay. But don't they typically only keep 2 to 3 on the roster?
Yeah. But we got to see what we got. Maybe Because there's much speculation that Quinn Ewers is not having a good camp, and people are like, where's they going to get rid of him? So maybe they're like, what is this Mark guy going to do? Plus, you need 3 play. He's not going to be able to play during training or during preseason, and so you're not going to put, you're going to probably give Malik Willis a series again, if that.
Yeah.
And then you're not just going to put Cam Miller out there for the entire game. So you need another quarterback.
I want to see what Cam Miller's got.
Well, we got to see we also want to see what Mark Gronowski's got.
Okay, fine. Welcome, Mark.
Welcome, Mark. I'm a Mark fan.
Okay.
SDSU. That's where he's from. I think. South Dakota State University.
Oh, I thought it was San Diego.
No. That might also be a thing, but SDSU usually, just like UNC is usually Chapel Hill.
Yeah.
But not.
So you're a big fan of South Dakota?
We played them in lacrosse.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah. I used to play lacrosse. In college. On a club team. Anyway.
I thought you were on the actual team.
Well, that was the actual team. UNC
the club team?
Yeah, UNC didn't have like an official team.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That checks out actually a little bit more.
We had a good team though.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh.
We made it to like the national like playoff championship. Not the championship game, but like the bracket thing. We lost immediately, but we made it. We made it.
Yay.
Yeah, it was fun. It
was
a good time. Number 8.
Was his number.
Yeah, I love the number 8. It's my favorite number. That's all I got for the Dolphins. So,
what are your feelings?
Conclusion,
yeah, what are Dolphins' feelings week 1 after preseason week 1? How is Dolphins Country feeling?
Remember how we used to have a quarterback, and by quarterback I mean wide receiver, and we loved his little celebration where he would waddle?
Okay.
The waddle's out. You know what we got now?
What?
The Willis Wiggles, baby.
Drew's wiggling right now.
Yeah, you can hear it. Willis Wiggles. Waddle out, Willis Wiggles in.
Okay.
We're feeling good. I think we're feeling good.
Yeah?
I think if I were to speak for all of Dolphins Nation,
I think you can.
which I will.
Because you have a mic.
I do. Mm-hmm. Everything I'm about to say is regarding the Raiders week 1. This is not an overall reaction. That being said, I think we are happy, very happy with what we saw from Malik Willis week 1. I think Caleb Douglas could be a steal 3rd round because everyone's like, who are these wide receivers? As in people that we got in free agency. We have 2 wide receivers we drafted. And I think Dulcich is our starting tight end. He's pretty much ran away with that job. I think he's a lot better than people think they can be.
I think he's great.
I know. So I think, as long as he can stay healthy, I think this, even though the score was one thing, I think overall, Dolphins fans are like, hell yeah, that looked good.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm one of them.
Wow. Okay.
So I'm wiggling all the way to the bank.
Who do you guys play this week?
Giants.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be a good game. I will actually watch that as long as you're not playing again during the Broncos.
I think we are. Sorry.
Then I won't watch it.
Oh, you're bummed you can't watch a Dolphins game?
Well, because I don't know if you're lying or not about the things.
That I'm saying? You think I would lie? I'm not lying to you, but you think I would lie to the people of Sports Ball Nation?
You'd lie to me, but not to the sports ballers. But I think you might over-exaggerate.
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm high pitch, which might suggest otherwise, but that's not. It's just defensive.
Okay. I'm going to get Drew out of this. It's time to talk about the Broncos.
Bam, bam, bam. I didn't feel good about doing that. I did it, but I just want to say that, never mind.
About the bam, bam, bam. Can we just keep moving forward?
Yeah.
Yeah, great, cool. We'll talk about this in post.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Sounds good.
No more bam, bam, bears.
Okay.
So, Denver Broncos. Guess what, guys? Broncos got a what, Drewski? Dub, baby, dub. And that's why preseason what, Drewski?
Matters for the Broncos and no one else. Well, matters if you win. Preseason matters.
There it is. Preseason matters. He finally got there. Either way, we played the Falcons, the Atlanta Falcons, and it was an absolute beatdown. Oof. And there's 2 parts of this. It was an absolute beatdown because the Broncos, I think, are very, very good, right? Mm-hmm. It was also an absolute beatdown because I don't think enough people are talking about how bad the Falcons are going to be this year. Oof. And we saw it in action. Tua played out there, and it was the first time.
Tua was out there running around. I wouldn't call that playing.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
like,
sorry, did I jump you?
No, but Penix, he's out right now with an injury. So they have Michael Penix and Tua as their 2 quarterbacks. Technically, Michael Penix should be the one starting, but he's injured right now, right?
Yeah.
Ish. So Tua, they're like, go ahead and go in. He did so bad. Well, you wrote it in your league cash up.
He was 3 for 5 for like 20.
3 for 5 for 22 yards. Fumbled a snap.
I think it was the first snap he had.
Yeah, it was one of the first 3. And then he was booed off the field. Booed off the field.
In a preseason game.
In a preseason game. The passes were... I saw it and I was like, I feel so bad for Falcons fans. Like, I truly do. I'd be shocked if... I don't know. I think you have competition with the Falcons for the worst team in the NFL. Bottom 5. Everyone's saying the Dolphins is going to be bad.
We're not worried about this whole season, and we're just worried about week 1 against the Raiders.
Okay, week 1 against the Raiders.
We had this whole wiggle fun time.
You had a good time.
And you reminded me about reality, and that's not nice.
Okay, but you've been talked about in the bottom 5. It's like...
show everybody. It doesn't even matter.
Okay, it doesn't matter, Drew. Right. So either way, yes, I can hear people already saying it was against the awful Falcons, and I understand that, but good. It was a beatdown, and it should have. So typically with preseason, your starters come out, typically, if they do play, for only the first quarter-ish, and then after that, you put out your second and third stringers, so they get reps, because right now you have 90-man roster. You need to narrow it down to 53 in a couple of weeks. So you need to see what everyone can do. Jarrett Stidham went out there. Our first drive, we got a touchdown. I mean, he was 9 for 15, 131 yards, and 1 touchdown for the first half. A lot of people were commenting, being like, I thought, where was this during the AFC Championship? And it's like, guys, Stidham is not bad. There were so many factors. We were playing against a really good team. So, yeah, the Falcons aren't as good, but Patriots had a great defense. It was the only blizzard Colorado had all year.
And we were boots on the ground. We can confirm that storm was insane.
There was snow on my face. And so either way, Stidham's not bad. But you know what's interesting? Sam Ehlinger came in second half, was not having a good time. And he was really making waves last year, so our third string quarterback, and he's not making as many waves this year. So I don't know it's as much of Stidham has the backup quarterback role. We don't have a lot of like quote unquote battles going on right now. We know pretty much who our top 3 running backs are going to be. We know pretty much who our top 3 wide receivers. That's somewhat of a conversation, top 3 or 4. But for the most part, it's staying pretty much status quo.
Also, when you think about it, you kept almost everybody.
Yeah.
That was a big thing.
Yeah,
anyway,
we resigned
so,
everyone. Yeah. So Stidham came out, balled out. He had a beautiful 40-yard pass to Cortland Sutton. Sutton also, speaking of one-handed pass, got a pass one-handed, and it was baller.
It was pretty cool. I mean, the catch was awesome, but it was also really cool, like, sports ball, like, NFL.com, and, like, all of these, like, not Broncos or Dolphins, but, like, NFL pages were like, we're 30 minutes into week 1 preseason, we already have 2 top catches of the year candidates, and it was Dolphins and Broncos.
Let's go, baby.
So that was cool.
That's us.
Caleb Douglas's was much better than Cortland Sutton's, but it was cool to see.
That's cute. So either way, so that was cool to see Sutton go out, ball out, because he's been taking a little bit of a break. He took a couple of days off training camp, but because he deserves it. I think this is his 9th year in the NFL. This man's old, which is also crazy, and we'll get into this later about age, and I don't want to ruin the league cash-up segment, but 30 is old for a wide receiver. 30 is not old for a human. 30 is old for a football player.
100%.
Yes. So keep that in mind. I'm
put that in your pocket. Take notes.
We're putting a pin in that. So either way, the Broncos had 31 plays on offense in the first half. They averaged nearly 7 yards per play. For running backs, if you average like 6 yards, 5 to 6, that's like average-ish, and that's good. So typically you're trying to get that as a running back. 7 yards per play on offense, and I'm not just talking running backs, just in general for offense. That was awesome. They at the end of the first half, so with most of our starters and or backups, we had 225 yards of total offense and put up 17 points on the board. Now, a big story in Broncos country last year was like our defense is getting us through. Like every time we almost lost, our defense always holds us there. This game, yes, our defense scored 14 of our, how many points did we score? 27 or whatever, something like that.
You had 2 defensive scores?
Yes. Well, we had 2 touchdowns off of defense. So Riley Moss intercepted and turned over the ball. And then Jayden Barron had a 97-yard pick six, ran it all the way in for a touchdown.
Yeah.
And was pretty cool because it reminded me of when PS2 had his 99-yard pick six.
Boots on the ground we were also there
We were also at. So really cool to see these younger guys get these reps and these awesome plays. I mean, there's this guy, Red Murdoch, on defense. He was Mr. Irrelevant in the draft, the very final pick in the draft. And he led the team for the most tackles this game, which is, I love like undrafted free agents, so rookies that don't get drafted. And then the Broncos are notorious for bringing those on and then like really building them up. Prime example was running back there it is, Philip Lindsay, like the Broncos shining star. He was undrafted and then had this breakout season. So either undrafted or like, oh man, he was a very final pick in the draft.
Well be. I don't mean that like as an insult, but like you're literally one pick away from then being undrafted anyway. So So saw that. So keep an eye when you guys are watching preseason. If you really want to like look at it through more of a football lens and like trying to understand it a little bit more, you're looking for players that you do not know because that is what the coaches are doing. They're putting out people that typically, Cortland Sutton typically would be catching this ball, but we want to give it to like Joseph Manjack. Like we want to give it to other players that are, oh my God, is he the wide receiver or running back? Oh boy, cool
guys.
Name regardless, Joseph.
Yeah, he is a wide receiver. Des, trust that you know. Yeah, I know, right? Manjack.
That's sick.
Sick name. But you're looking for these players make these big plays and seeing what it could do. For instance, Julian McLaughlin, he had, what did he do? He got touchdown. Yes, he got a touchdown, ran it in for a touchdown, but then had a pretty costly fumble because then the Falcons scored a touchdown, like one of their only off of his fumble. So, and Jaleel McLaughlin, running back, we have Jonah Coleman, we have J.K. Dobbins, R.J. Harvey. Jaleel is really trying to make a name for himself. So it's like, this is what we're looking at in preseason is what players can stand out and what players can be like, I deserve a spot on this roster because in a couple of weeks, half of these players will be gone, which is so crazy. And another thing about the offense, so what I was getting to is the defense, everyone was carrying us through all last season. So we're like, we want to see the offense have explosive plays. And I really do think we're finally going to be able to see that this year. I think nothing of what I saw, I was like, ooh, I'm not seeing the same thing because guess what, Drew? I saw one screen pass the entire game.
Thank God, Des.
Granted, I'm sure there were more, but I only saw one that I was like, God, why'd we do that?
Yeah.
Before, it was one every time. Every time.
I think we saw some screen passes at training camp, like at practice. Like, why are we even practicing that?
You just throw it to the side and it's like, what now? What now? You know? Oh, cool. We're right where we started.
Sometimes they work.
I get it. I'm not a coach for a reason. But also a big thing on defense, last thing I'll say, I hope last thing I say, is the Broncos killer defense. Everyone was talking about top 3. One thing we weren't in the top 4, though, was takeaways. So, like, actually recovering the ball, intercepting the ball, and we had 2 huge interceptions this game. So like Riley Moss, who we saw at training camp train to get interceptions. Yes. He was training with punt returns so that he can eye the ball and get more interceptions this year. He got an interception this game. And so did Jayden Barron. So either way, that's what our focus is on. And we saw 2 big ones this game, which is huge. So yeah, also second half, I mean, same with Dolphins. It wasn't as great. It was somewhat of a snooze fest because it just like nothing was getting going. But this is when your second and third stringers are out, which makes a little bit more sense. But it makes me feel better about the domination that was first half because technically you are playing against starters there. But after this, the Broncos have won 8 consecutive preseason games.
Which is cool.
That's a big deal.
You get to hold your hat on that.
Since Sean Payne joined the team in 2023.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Does that sound right? He might have joined in 2022. Either way, since 2023, they've won 8 consecutive preseason games.
Okay.
Because also I'm like, with Russell Wilson, I don't think we're winning much.
Let's think about this. Did Sean Payton have 1 or 2 years without Bo?
One.
And Bo's about to start his 3rd year, which means Peyton's about to start his 4th year.
He joined the year in 2023. Or joined the Broncos in 2023. Yeah. So, when was Bo Nix drafted? Guys, my brain is not working.
2024.
Oh, yeah, because it's the 2nd year. You just said this. Okay, yeah, so, wow, we did win with Russell Wilson?
In preseason?
Holy shit, I guess so. No, yeah, 8 consecutive preseason games.
No, I know, but I don't know if Wilson played in any of those or played a lot.
Oh, so it's because of Stidham.
Sure.
God, guys, see, Stiddy is worth it. Stiddy, baby. Bo Nix did not play this week, obviously, because I've not mentioned his name. But he is going to be in this week against the Packers, so that's going to be exciting.
And I do think it's interesting to note that, like, this was the plan, like, weeks ago. It wasn't like, ooh, we're feeling a little tender about Bo Nix, or like, ooh, he maybe had, like, before any of this even started, we were like, hey, so me, Sean Payton, Bo, we all sat down and chatted, and it was like, no, don't play. So, and this is the only thing that I hate about preseason. I love it. It's so fun, but even, like, I'm holding my breath every second to see someone get hurt.
Okay, and this is a huge conversation across the NFL with fans, coaches, personnel alike.
Massive podcast.
Massive podcasters called Des and Drew. What does preseason matter? Yes, it does. But does preseason matter as far as getting your starters out there and playing? Mm-hmm. There are two schools of thought, right? You need them out there to get some reps in, because then what you see a lot is during the season, you start out slow. All your starters have not been starting, and then you either start out slow by losing games or you're just not as flashy, things like that. So preseason gets you the reps under the belt by playing against teams that is not your own in practice. And so then week 1, you're ready to go. Now, other school of thought, if you're out there playing, obviously there's a higher risk of injury for a game that doesn't matter. So what do you do?
Take a Klonopin, I guess. I don't know.
Take a what?
Klonopin.
What is that?
Anti-anxiety medication, I think. Or antidepressant. Sometimes they're one and the same.
Both.
Research. It doesn't matter. No, you know what's so frustrating? Is every time I say something and I'm like, I don't think I agree with this. And then you say something, almost every time I'm like, that's a good point, guys. No, stop making good points. I think it's tough. Like, because what I want to say is, like, just do joint practices. Because they can't tackle the quarterback, which is safe. And they can't, the biggest thing I noticed in training camp this year, and then I, heard, is even, when they do full-on scrimmages, you don't bring someone down to the ground, because a lot of injuries happen there. So you wrap them up, and then they blow the whistle dead. But then you can get used to that and be like, oh, now I'm getting tackled. And some sports and exercise science people even say constant hitting, that actually builds up, kind of like you get used to it, you know, and it makes you healthier.
That's the other side of the coin.
And I'm not a coach. I'm not an expert in anything. I'm also not a medical expert. But that sounds like 80s kind of oh, rub some dirt on it.
Bro, I don't know, because I think about it, and I think, what? Because I called you bra?
Yeah, I've just never heard you say it. Not me, I just have never heard you say bra before.
Okay. Anyways, because sometimes, let's say, I'm walking around my apartment. I just moved. It's still a disaster.
You even there, a little New York showed up. Even when you said, I'm walking around my apartment.
I'm walking in.
I know, it was so subtle, but you'll listen to it. You'll go back. I'm walking around it was just right there.
I hit my knee on something, right? Getting immediate bruise. God, it hurts. Then I think sometimes, if I tripped and fell somewhere, not in my apartment now, if I'm just somewhere, that really hurts. You think about football players, they're tripping and falling constantly. And they don't, a lot of times they wake up the next day and they're like, it feels like you got in a car crash, right?
Yeah.
But the more you trip and fall, the more used to your body gets to it.
No, as someone who trips and falls all the time, I tripped up the stairs yesterday getting my laptop and slammed my knee on the side of the stair. It hurts so bad right now. Now, granted,
you're not a football player.
Don't beat me to the punch. I know.
But that's what I'm saying. They train their bodies to have this type of impact over and over.
I've been training my body running into the ground all the time.
I think mentally you have. Yes, your mind into the ground, yes, but your body.
We were setting up the studio and I almost got taken out by a stationary lamp that was not moving.
It has been there the entire time. So, but this is the thing. It's always going to be a big argument about preseason. The NFL is never going to get rid of preseason. It brings in money. So why would you get rid of it? It's ticket sales, it's TV, it's money. So that's not going away. I think there's equal amount of good arguments on both sides for getting rid of preseason, just going straight in, and then, all right, injuries are happening when it actually matters, and then having preseason where you get reps in. And yeah, you don't want injuries, but you're getting practice, getting hit. It's the real thing.
I agree. And I'm not saying that I'm like, I don't want preseason. Again, even though I say preseason doesn't matter, and even though I say, oh, injuries, I still like it. I still love the closer football comes, the better. It just makes me nervous.
Oh, obviously. Yeah.
And for some reason, it's more nerve-wracking. Like, I don't get as nervous during like week 1, let's say, right? But because I think there's something about like getting hurt in a preseason
when it
game.
Doesn't matter.
But it does. Like, it's just always like, I think it's the overall idea of don't let us lose someone important during preseason.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Totally.
And granted, don't let us lose someone important week 1. Don't let us lose someone important ever. Keep everybody. But that's my thing.
No, I get it. So, well, with that being said, we have preseason week 2 coming up because it doesn't stop even though Drew doesn't really want preseason.
And as a perfect thing to start with preseason week 2, I know you've been really curious. You will be able to watch the Dolphins game because it's on Saturday at 1 for us in LA. And the Broncos game is on Friday. So grab up some popcorn.
I unfortunately have plans at that time.
Really? What are you doing?
To go in and practice.
Oh, man.
For instructing. I didn't know, Drew. I'm sorry.
I can watch. I'm going to watch the whole thing.
Okay.
I'm probably going to tune out around the second.
Yeah. I think it's important that you watch.
Well, yeah.
Team. Yes.
Exactly. I was even at work last time and I was able to watch. I watched the first drive and it was awesome.
Oh, okay. And then you're like, it's time to turn it off.
Yeah, because people are like, can I have a drink, please? I'm like, hold on.
I'm watching my team. Well, it's time for the league catch-up, guys. Let's get right on into it because I'm sure you guys have all been like dying to know. There's been news circulating. Von Miller, Denver Broncos Von Miller, has signed with a new team.
You okay?
And last week, I said famously on this podcast, we went over the Cowboys last week.
We did.
And shockingly, there was not a lot of news happening in Cowboys country, right? And I was like, you know what? Jerry Jones hasn't done anything to piss me off, and that's pissing me off. Mm-hmm. Well, Jerry Jones, you have done something to piss me off now.
He heard it. We poked the bear.
Ears were ringing, and you heard me say that, and you said, I'm going to show Des. I'm going to sign one of her favorite players to my team. So, yeah, Von Miller's on the Dallas Cowboys.
I think he's turned heel. Like, I took this personally. He teased us.
Dude,
and
yes.
You specifically.
Specifically. For those who don't know, I created a reel on Broncos for Dummies. So Von Miller posted, Von Miller does this every offseason. So refresher. He left the Denver Broncos to go to the Rams. He did not want to go. It was like traded mid-season. It was really like sad, but he went there to win a ring. Then he went to the Bills. Then he went to the Commanders.
Win a second ring. Doesn't he have a ring with us too?
Yes, sorry. Second ring. Yes, second ring with the Rams. Then he went to the Bills. Then he went to the Commanders, and he's been a free agent. So in between the Rams and the Bills, he did this. In between the Bills and Commanders, he did this. And now in between the Commanders and now he did this. Every offseason when he's like, where am I going to go next? He posts everything about coming back to Denver Broncos. He wants to be with the Denver Broncos. I always know I'll be a Denver Bronco for life, right?
They're gonna probably retire his jersey. He'll do a 1-day contract. And
yeah, but that's not the point. He always teases Broncos country, and he posted a picture of him wearing a Broncos getup when there's a lot of news circulating. Will Von Miller be coming back to the Broncos this season? And posted it with Phil Collins. Can you feel it coming in the air tonight, right? And so I took a screenshot of it on Dummies, and I'm like, hey, Von, what is this? What's going on? You're telling us something here. What is this? And I sort of spiraled out. That evening, at like 10 p.m., my phone is getting blown up. And I was like, what is happening? I have multiple text messages being like, Von Miller has posted your reel. Mind you, Von Miller has 2 million followers. And you guys, when I say it was a crash out, it was a goddamn crash out. Like, I was hitting the phone. I was yelling. I was like, what is this? He posted, and he never reposts fan shit. Yeah. Like, it's always just...
He also just isn't big on social media. He doesn't post.
No, he does. His stories. Like, because he's always, like, leading people on. Sure. He was leading the Raiders on when he did the podcast with Max Crosby. Being like, am I going to join the Raiders? And that would have been, oh, my God. Von would have lost everyone. Like, you'd stop playing football before you do that. So, yes, he did fool not only Broncos Country, but me specifically because he shared my stuff and then never responded to me. So how dare you, Von? Either way, he's now with the Cowboys. There's so many things that irritate me about this. One, he's 37. What did I just say about Courtland Sutton being old for 30? 37. He's nearly 40 going out there. His position is to tackle the quarterback. You tackle every play, or you try to tackle every play. That is huge impact. At 37, what did we just say, Drew? Drew tripped up the stairs and hit his knee, and he's out for a few days.
I hit it hard.
You hit it hard. It was a hard scare. Okay,
you got it. Outdoor stare.
Outdoor stare. So that's what I'm saying. Drew's not 37.
I'm almost close.
No, you're not that close. So that's one thing. One thing I'm like, Von, just retire. But to his benefit, last year with Commanders, he had 9 sacks.
He's still
which is
good.
Very high for, his position. So I think the Cowboys had they were saying it was 17 all season or something. It was 30. But either way, for one player to have a third of how many sacks you had all season, that's pretty impressive. 2, Von is from Texas. I get that. He grew up in Texas. His family's in Texas. He went to Texas. Is it Hook'em?
Well, then it's the University of Texas.
I think that's where he went. Okay. So either way, on it, he's Texas. I get it. Immediately when he signs, he's posting all this cowboy stuff. I want to be a cowboy, baby. This is where I've always wanted to be. Kid Rock Cowboy is the song he played. He went on.
He's born in Dallas.
Yes.
Yeah, and he went Texas A&M.
Texas A&M.
Now, anyone, they will lose their minds.
Yeah, people are going to freak out at me. Guys, I don't do college, whatever. So the thing is he's posting all this. I always want to be a cowboy. This is where I'm meant to be. I wanted to be a cowboy when I was going into the draft, and now I'm actually finally a Dallas Cowboy. Von, you are the biggest flip-flopper I've known in my entire GD life. It's a little bit cringe to me. I get it. You got to be excited for where they signed you. I get it. But But yeah, because I think it'd be weird if Von's like, yeah, no, I'm excited.
Sure.
Come on, Von. They just gave you millions of dollars. You got to look a little bit more excited to be employed by somewhere. But to be I knew I always wanted to end up here. You don't have to go to those lengths. You could be I'm very excited to be a Dallas Cowboy. This season's going to be awesome. I'm trying to up my sack count. I would have been hell yeah, Von. But then you go into the lane of, I've always wanted to be a Dallas Cowboy. I always wanted to be back here. No, you didn't, Von. No, you didn't. You wanted to be a Denver Bronco. That is what you've been saying all offseason. Every single offseason. You flip-flopper. I think he's a flip-flopper. And that's my hot take.
The way you said it. You lint liquor.
You lint liquor.
You flip-flopper.
You flip-flopper. I'm hurt because of it. And why? It created an ick for him. I'm sort of just all right, Von, I'm going to keep you at arm's distance for a sec. You know what I mean? And good, you're on the Dallas Cowboys. They're not even in our ether. You know what I mean? They're not even in Broncos country at all. So I'm just go have fun with that. I want success for him, but I'm just a little icked out and a little hurt. So I need some space from Von Miller right now. That's the update there.
Okay. Other than that...
Wait, do you not agree? Or you're so oh no.
No, it's one of those, whatever you say, Des. Of course I agree. I mean, I don't feel as offended.
Flip-flopper.
The same thing. I'm it's just personally funny.
Yeah.
It's
me
as
getting
fans,
mad.
we feel they're there for us. This situation, Von was literally there for you. And then he's like, never
he
mind.
knows me personally.
Yeah.
Whether he knows it or not, he's seen
Which
my
is
face.
how that works.
So, but I stand by it. If he just said, I'm excited to get another year, up my sack count, I'm excited to play for the Dallas Cowboys. I grew up in Dallas. Like, it's cool to be back home. I wouldn't have cared as much. When you take it to the extreme of I've always wanted to be here, this is what I've been thinking about since I was in the draft. Come on, man.
The only thing that gives him that if it was about like the Packers and he's from Dallas, you'd be like, what? But he is from there. That's the only thing I'm giving him.
Great. I understand that. But I think the way he said all these things, he has said about when he joined the Commanders. He said about when he joined the Bills.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to join Bills Mafia. I've seen what they've done. But
You just said they had to say that.
I know, but I'm saying it in a way that he didn't say. I'm going to find these interviews because he does it in such an extreme way. Like, I'm meant to be here.
Genuine dude.
Shut up, Drew. Next topic.
It's reminding me real quick. This is a side topic, but it's going to take 2 seconds. It's reminding me of, there's this clip freaking out of Mike McDaniel being the offensive coordinator for the Chargers and seeing like a normal Justin Herbert throw.
Yes.
And he's like, oh my God, did you see that? That was incredible. And everyone's like, this dude's been watching Tua for 6 years and sees a normal Justin Herbert throw and he's losing his mind. Like, it's similar because Tua's like, yeah, it's a good throw. You don't have to say it like that, coach. Like, you don't have to do it like that. You don't have to do me like that. It just reminded me of that. But I mean, you want to take this next one or you want to take a second? Okay, got you. So another side, completely unrelated, but kind of interesting that is happening in the league right now is Terrion Arnold, who is a cornerback safety. I should know.
It's okay. I got it.
Was a former first-round pick for the Lions in 2024.
Cornerback.
Thank you. Was playing okay for them, kind of started working it, getting it, like had to fight for his job, but became a starter and played okay. He has a really high ceiling. He was recently released by the Lions and then pretty much immediately picked up by the Seattle Seahawks. The Seahawks are feeling really good about this guy. They think he could be a really integral piece of their system. And he should have a position on the ending 52 roster if he's not in jail for the rest of his life.
That's
so
crazy.
And I don't mean to like joke about it. Like it's some pretty serious stuff. So he's currently being investigated for oh god, where is it?
Oh my god.
No, I got it. I'm sorry, it's fine. 8 total felony charges, including 4 counts of robbery with a firearm or deadly weapon and 4 counts of kidnapping and conspiracy.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Why are you sorry?
Because I tell you not to make fun of me.
No,
when
but
I
don't care. I don't care.
Oh, okay.
My favorite thing is when people say things dumb, and I just did that. I'm okay with it.
Great.
But I didn't.
That's
it
why I
doesn't
said
matter.
sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. No, that was an insane thing to say. Conspiracy. No, whatever.
Continue.
The charges carry a potential sentence of up to life in prison.
That's wild.
Now, granted, that will probably not happen. Usually the times people are like, oh, it's max of like 87 years. And then they get like 2 weeks of like community service.
Do you know what happened?
Apparently.
You're saying all your words so odd.
I don't know. There was an incident in February 2026, where 3 men were abducted, beaten, and pistol whipped after Arnold wrongly suspected them of stealing $100,000 in cash and luxury items from him. So
he thought they in the apartment, like in his house or whatever?
I did some digging. I couldn't figure out. I think his team and like legal wise are trying to keep a lot of stuff under wraps, but it seems like he felt wronged. He felt like things were stolen from him.
It literally says he pistol whipped them.
It says Arnold. It doesn't say he. It just says that prosecutors allege he acted as a primary conspirator. Whew, nailed it. In an incident where 3 men were abducted, beaten, and pistol whipped after Arnold wrongly suspected them of stealing $100,000 in cash and luxury items. All it says is that he was involved in this thing that happened to these people. So I'm sure his team is saying, no, he wasn't there, he didn't do it. And maybe other people did it, but they were like, well, he paid them to do it. Or I don't know. So this stuff is insane.
Oh my God, dude.
I mean, Arnold's representation. I'm like, I don't know what these things are. If I looked at my own notes that I wrote, I could answer these questions for you.
That's okay.
Arnold's representation and legal team have categorically, I love that word, denied all charges, maintaining his innocence, and his agent has stated that prosecutors are relying heavily on statements from convicted felons involved in the incident who have financial or sentencing incentives to shift blame onto him.
There's the rub.
Do you get what I just said?
I think so, because other people want to blame him.
But why?
Because he's famous.
No, because there's like plea deals. They're like, hey, tell us what happened, and if you do, we'll take 3 years off of your sentence. So they're like, I'll lie about it. But that's the whole thing with plea deals. I listen to a lot of crime podcasts, and plea deals are kind of a bad thing. Because then people are like...
They're a bad thing.
Well, yeah, because people are like... For a lot of reasons.
Well,
I'm not
they're
getting
a
into
good
the
thing
financial...
if you're for the law.
Sure.
Yeah, here's a plea deal. Tell us what went on so we can get down to it.
But some people can't fight it. This gets into politics and gender norms and... Not gender norms, racial, whatever.
Okay.
But, so that's what's happening. So all of this is to say... Seattle just took a giant chance on this guy. He could have a really high ceiling. He was a former first-round pick, but he also is currently facing charges so serious that he could spend the rest of his life in prison. We will figure out, stay tuned, for all of the conspiracy updates from Drew Simon.
For kidnapping and pistol whipping.
Pistol whipping.
That's wild. And all of this you can find on Hard Knocks right now.
Yeah.
Which is, they covered it, and it's on HBO. They're covering the Seattle Seahawks. So it's a little bit fascinating that it's like they knew this information and still chose to sign him. And
on this other side of that, and we'll get into this because we're going to talk about the NFC North, but like a lot of Lions fans are upset because they do see him as being a good, like could be a contributing player. And they're like, don't just... If everything goes good for him and he allegedly didn't do these things, then now that you basically let go of that player for nothing about on the field stuff. And this goes back into the Jonathan Cooper thing and what do you do on the field versus off the field, separation of church and state, whatever. So we'll see.
Yeah. So we'll keep an eye on that for the Seahawks. Our last story for the league cash up. Been making waves on the internet. Jayden Daniels, okay? You guys have been seeing things about Jayden Daniels and something about a jersey with the number 5. So he sent a cease and desist letter to LSU. I shouldn't say his party, his representative sent a cease and desist letter to LSU about his jersey number, and the internet exploded. What is going on? So Jayden Daniels went to LSU.
Yes, he did, which is in Louisiana.
Yes, it is, sir.
I'm here for you. I'll feed you anything you need.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I love this. He wore the number 5. He was a Heisman winner at Louisiana.
Which is a good thing.
It's the
best thing.
The top award you can win in college.
Yes, it is.
Fernando Mendoza won it last year.
Personal award. You want to win the championship. But...
Oh, true. So LSU, big football school. Another big quarterback out of LSU, Joe Burrow. Wore the number 9, Heisman winner, and won a championship there. So, big school, big things. Now, there's a player, he's in his sophomore year, and I should have...
DJ Pickett.
Thank you, DJ Pickett. He came to LSU, and he was like, hey, my number's always been 5. I want to wear the jersey 5. And the coach at the time, he was like, we're not going to let you wear 5. Like, I had a handshake deal with Jayden Daniels because this is very important. Jayden Daniels' jersey has not been retired. Like, for instance, from Colorado, CU Buffs, Shedeur Sanders' jersey number 2 has been retired, and Travis Hunter's jersey number 12 have been retired, and they're hanging up. So no other player coming into CU Boulder can wear those 2 jerseys.
It's pretty uncommon in college to have a number retired.
Yeah.
One, because in the NFL, there's just not many people who play in the NFL, but teams are down to 52. College, you can have a lot more players. There's a lot more players constantly coming and going. It's a lot less common to have a number retired in college specifically. So 1, it's a huge thing for Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders, but 2, that's where this thing comes in, where there's a lot of like wink, wink. We're not going to retire it, but we're not going to have people wear it for a while or a whole thing.
It was like a handshake, So that's what he understood. Then the new coach, Lane Kiffin, came in. So the old coach, I don't remember what his name is.
Brian Kelly.
Thank you. Brian Kelly told Jayden Daniels, listen, we won't let anyone wear 5. Brian Kelly goes out. Lane Kiffin comes in. Now, sophomore student
DJ
Pickett was like, well, I asked last year with Brian Kelly. I want to ask with Lane Kiffin. Hey, Lane Kiffin, I want to wear the jersey 5. Can I wear it? Lane Kiffin doesn't give a rat about it. He's like, sure, wear 5. I have no allegiance to Jayden Daniels. So DJ Pickett is wearing the number 5. And this is where it starts getting a little bit messy because we find out about a cease and desist sent to LSU. Now, one thing you need to know about Jayden Daniels, and if you watch Netflix's Quarterback, you'll learn a little bit more about it. His mom is involved heavily in his life.
She's like his manager.
Uh-huh. His manager, agent, all these things. And like by his side 24/7. Like glued to his side, I should say. A lot of people are saying this is her that sent it. Jayden Daniels didn't really care. Obviously, that's probably PR. But why they decided to do this, and what the cease and desist is saying is, I want the NIL removed. So what is NIL? It's name, what is it?
Image and likeness.
Thank you. Name, image, and likeness. I like that we both have these notes up. That they can't use his name, image, and likeness. So that means they can't sell any number 5 LSU Jayden Daniels jerseys. This also means, so when he won the Heisman Trophy, LSU got a replica of it and they're like displaying it. They say, no, we want that Heisman Trophy back.
And a lot of other stuff like LSU, like for recruiting or just like commercials, like they'll still use like, watch this year's LSU college team. They'll use highlights of Jayden Daniels. He's like, anything involving me, I don't want it anymore. Photos, magazines, posters, mine.
Yes. So here's the two sides. I'm going to talk about why there's a lot of backlash. A lot of people are like, dude, it's like a super senior thinking about like, wait a minute, I remember the good times. Hey, what about me? It's like, just keep moving on. Like, it does not matter. You need to focus on the NFL. Like, also, you had one good season. You've been injured all year. We don't know what you're about to do with year 3. Like, are you really that good? Like, there's a lot of things that it's like, let's focus.
One good season got him to the NFC Championship game and won him Rookie of the Year.
Correct.
I
know.
I'm just playing devil's advocate.
I
understand.
One good
season.
The
it's
thing
like a
is,
phenomenal season.
A phenomenal season. Injury, anything can happen after injury. We have not seen him play since after injury.
Sure.
So anything, and you can say the same for Bone. After injury, Patrick Mahomes, you can never come back 100%. So anything is up in the air. So it's like, dude, if he just had that season and then sent the cease and desist, I would be understanding 1,000 times more. I still don't know where I land on all this. I'm trying to land the plane here. So either way.
Are you tired? What's going on? You
Yeah,
just
I'm
lost
tired.
everything.
I lost my train of thought.
Is it because I said something?
It's sort of, but I forgot why I was saying all that.
You said that you didn't.
So, okay, there's two sides of the coin. People are like, don't worry about this. You're out of college, dude. Focus on these other things. Now, the other side of it is, though, Joe Burrow, who I mentioned like 5 minutes ago.
And this is the other side of the coin.
All went to LSU. Both of them Heisman winners. Joe Burrow did win the championship, though. Also, no one has wore number 9 since Joe Burrow left. And Joe Burrow sort of did the same thing, where it's a handshake like no one's gonna wear the number. Because Joe Burrow just said this like this week. They asked him about it, and he was like, I don't know. I was told no one's gonna wear my jersey.
Also, you're not gonna get anything out of Joe Burrow.
But I know, but I think that is something.
No,
like,
I know,
that
but
was
the way he said it, like people would be like, "Well, you never believe it." Joe's like, "I don't know, it's number 9. I used to wear it, and then other people wear it. Whatever. I'm Joe Burrow." There.
No, that's not what he said. He said, they told me that no one's gonna wear it.
Gotcha.
I think he was being. I think that was messy. It was true, but basically, he was basically saying, "Yeah, they told me no one was going to wear my jersey, and no one has." So clearly, LSU is playing favorites. So that's why Jayden Daniels and his camp thought, you know what, we should send the cease and desist, because you told one quarterback this, one Heisman winner, and the other Heisman winner isn't getting this.
White quarterback.
I know. And that's where it also goes into it too, right? But before it... Do you want to speak on that?
The white thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
Nope, just pretty interesting.
I don't know how to speak on that.
Well, it's always going to be a thing. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but like I could see where Jayden Daniels is like, what the hell? Mm-hmm. Now, what's interesting, and I don't know what is right or wrong, not about racism, but like other stuff, is I read that Brian Kelly, the first coach, had promised DJ Pickett number 5 way back when he was recruiting him.
Yes, I didn't say that part, but yes, so he did. And then once he got there, he was like, hey, just kidding, man. I'm not going to give it to you.
So that is that. Now, what's crazy in reading all of this, and we'll get going in a sec, but my like people pleasing pictured myself. It's so funny. Last week I was like, if I was Bo Nix, and this week I'm like, if I was DJ Pickett, I'm not either of those people. I was like, if this happened and I was DJ Pickett, like, never mind. I'll wear 97. I don't care. I'm sorry. Like, and that's my thing is like, DJ, I'm like, just don't. Why are you? It doesn't matter. But at the same time, I love wearing number 8. That's my number. That's my number when you come see me play on the moonshots. So like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the racism thing for a second. The thing that I think let's not go back to the racism thing for a second. It's just something that's pretty interesting. Not racism isn't interesting. Please say something.
Like I said, I'm playing injured today. I can't dig myself out. You saw myself just completely shut down, and you said, let's talk about racism.
I had it.
And I don't have the mental capacity to even just like try and tell a story. And you want me to be like, yeah, let's talk about the intricacies of this really dark thing in America specifically that we got to work through. And how do we speak on it as 2 white people? And you want to like, you think I can dig you out? No, sir. I can barely get through a 5-minute story here. Fighting for my life. Just like we're fighting against racism.
Do you know what I think is something interesting? Because we're trying to figure out like the length of time we should do podcasts this season. Like, oh, we've got a lot more to talk about. We feel more comfortable. Like maybe we'll talk a little bit longer. That's all good and fine until we just run out of steam. Like we still have a whole 2 divisions to go over, and like I'm not playing injured like Dez is, but also like. It's just hard to talk for this long. And so then it's hard for me to talk anyway. So I'm just like, we're just losing steam.
No, we're not. I lost steam on that story because I thought I knew enough, but I was pulling things from my mind of like, what did I remember? And I should have wrote it down, and I didn't. So
I had it written down. I helped a lot.
You did.
I assisted well on that one.
Can you assist or transition?
Yeah. So off-season catch-up. No. League catch-up done. Off-season catch-up. Beginning. So, as we have been covering the last 2 weeks, we're getting all you sports ballers caught up on the entire league. So, the last 2 weeks, we've done the NFC East and West and the AFC East and West. So, this week, we're going to do the AFC North and the NFC North.
Oh, boy.
Cold, old school football, gridiron. AFC North, Baltimore Ravens.
Okay.
We're going to start with those bad with the purple... There, okay.
Remember, we were talking about time and Drew's naming off colors.
Speaking of time, 18-year era of John Harbaugh, gone. New... I can't fucking talk.
No, Ravens was one of the 10 teams in the NFL that had a coaching turnover.
But Harbaugh, had been there forever. He had won Super Bowls, almost always in the playoffs. Harbaugh was like a guy.
Yeah.
So now, former Chargers DC, Jesse Minter is our new head coach, and getting ready to rock and roll. So one thing that I find is interesting about this is Minter is trying to preserve the Ravens way, but he's also trying to modernize the facility. Harbaugh had been there for 18 years, so they're still watching Arnold Schwarzenegger lifting videos and old school stuff, carrying boulders up the Philly steps like Rocky. It doesn't matter. Anyway, Jesse Minter is trying to modernize just let it go.
But I'm trying to understand what he's modernizing, and you're not helping me.
What's about to get to?
Okay. Oh my God, land the plane, Drew. Oh my God. Like, I can't help you if you're like, well, he's trying to put in new chairs for the athletes because John Harbaugh said they're comfy enough.
In sports science tracking setups that have reportedly irked some of the older veterans of like, let's monitor your speed, let's put wires on you.
Okay, we've landed a plane.
So some of the old veterans are like, I don't like this. I want to run up the Philly steps. Instead, yes, they are not liking this culture shift that has been in there for 18 years.
Dude, change has got to change. Listen, doing the same thing over and over is insanity. What's the quote?
Doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result is the definition of insanity,
is what I said.
Obviously.
It's insanity. Ravens, hey, you guys haven't really been making it far in the playoffs. If you want to keep doing the same thing, you're going to keep getting the same result. All right, veterans?
Mama Des told it.
Hear it from non-veteran Des over here.
That's true.
You got to do change.
So other than that, they felt not great about their offensive line, so they completely revamped it, trying to keep Lamar Jackson healthy. So also one thing I want to note, as some of you may remember, our friend Evan Schmalz, Zaddy, is a massive Ravens fan. So I was like, boots on the ground journalism.
Yes, sir.
Let me text him and ask how he feels about everything. Don't do that because it ends with we're going to the Super Bowl and winning it. He did acknowledge that that's an insane thing, but overall...
Yeah, because you're in the same division as the Broncos, so we can't both win the Super Bowl.
Same conference.
Yes, conference.
Anyway, basically, Evan feels that they're just as talented on defense, if not more talented, and they have a true mind to scheme it up now. Last season was one of the worst defenses Ravens have ever put out, so I think they're going to be back to top 5 D. Evan, you jumped a lot from being worst to top 5, but I love your optimism.
Well, also, when you didn't get Max Crosby.
I know. Yikes. So that also happened. The Ravens, we had talked about this with the Raiders a couple weeks ago, but the Ravens were on the other side of that botched trade.
Yeah.
So, he also thinks the O-line will dramatically improve, totally new scheme. Everybody and Lamar is going to be awesome. Oh, he thinks Jacoby Lane is going to get Offensive Rookie of the Year. So these are things that are... Evan feels good about this.
But this is funny because are you going to bring up this point that you told me earlier?
No.
I think all fans, we were talking,
yes.
it's all or nothing. It's either we got, and this is what I think is fascinating about sports ball, because we're sitting at the same table, but we are opposite ends of the table. Drew over here is like, it's not going to be good. Our team suck. Well, no, today you're not. You're a little bit more optimistic after seeing, you got the wiggles after seeing 15 minutes of the game. But it's like, yeah, our team's not going to be good. We're looking for a number 1 draft pick. And then there's the other side of the table where it's like, no, we're going to win the Super Bowl. There's no one in between.
No, because I'm doing research to try and figure out, okay, I can say who got traded and what new coach is there, but what is blank country feeling? And if you go on Twitter, well, Twitter's a scary place anyway, or X, whatever the hell it's called now, or Reddit, scarier place. People are either like, we're winning it all, no one can even stop us, you all are idiots, or I can't believe I love this team, they're a dumpster fire. There is no middle ground. So for Evan, they're going to win it all. The last thing that I think is really interesting about the Ravens that he told me is Steve Biscotti, I want to call him Biscotti, so I'm going to call him that, who is the owner, personally scouted and selected a running back, Adam Randall, in the 5th round this year. Basically, the general manager Eric DaCosta told Steve that back in the 1998, the team president did that, and Scotty was like, "Oh, that sounds cool. I want to try and do that." So he was like, "Okay, you can do one in the 5th round." So but he didn't just pick a random name. He scouted, he watched tape, he picked this player. So that's his guy, and if I was that guy, I'd be like, holy crap!
I'd feel so cool. Yeah.
So that's just it doesn't happen a lot. So that's really, really cool. That's what's going on in purple.
Purple and black, Drew.
Well, yeah, no, I'm not colors. I'm trying to do the purple people eaters, but that's the Vikings. That doesn't work.
Which we're gonna go over in a sec.
We will, but now we're gonna talk about the Bengals.
No, actually, you know what?
Okay.
Well, no, we can talk about the Bengals.
You want to jump divisions?
Yeah. Really? We're jumping? I thought they were in the same division.
Nope.
I am playing injured. Is that what it's called? I'm playing. She's playing injured today?
Yeah.
Got it.
She's not 100%.
Yes, Bengals, baby. Talk about a blockbuster trade for Dexter Lawrence. So they sent the number 10th overall pick this year of the 2026 draft to the Giants to get Dexter Lawrence away from New York and into Cincinnati.
And that was right off the heels of the failed Max Crosby trade, who, like, Dexter Lawrence was the other big defensive tackle. And it was like, that didn't work, but Bengals were like, we'll take Dexter Lawrence.
Yeah, Dexter, come here, bud, because they were like, ooh, definitely the Ravens are going to be wanting you, this whole thing. They had a huge defensive overhaul. They added former Commanders defensive tackle Jonathan Allen, another defensive tackle. They signed on former Seahawks edge rusher Boye Mafe. Ooh, that's always so hard. And safety Brian Cook. He was from the Chiefs. He did start 17 games last year, which is a career high. So that's to patch up a defense that ranked 29th last year. So they needed these big time players. I mean, you have the Seahawks, you have the Chiefs, like you have some pretty impressive players coming over to the Bengals. So that's what is exciting. Next.
I think Zach Taylor, the head coach for the Bengals, is who we're talking about, is, I would say, by reading some of the things and looking, is one of the hotter coaching seats this year. I mean, he has Joe Burrow, who we talked about, former Heisman winner. Now, granted, Joe Burrow has had a tough time staying healthy, and his offensive line has had a tough time staying healthy, and his defense has had a tough. It's been Joe Burrow and like no one else. I mean, like T. Higgins and like some wide receivers, but like Zach Taylor is still the coordinator, and by coordinator I mean coach, the orchestrator of all of that. So a lot of Bengals fans are like, yo, we have one of the best quarterbacks in the league right now. He made it to the Super Bowl his rookie year, and then we really haven't done anything since. We need to see some ish from our boys in orange. Really want to talk about colors today.
You must stop.
It's fine. So that being said, if anything goes south, even if it's not Taylor's fault, if there's more injuries or if there's more like, you heard it here first. Zach Taylor could be, and you've heard it by 1,700 people, but could be one of the coaches to look at being fired.
Might lose. Yeah, but speaking of like Joe Burrow, his health, that's a huge story. Like, so, because after Burrow missed half of 2025 with injury, remember what injury, Drew?
Groin?
Toe.
Oh, turf toe.
Turf toe injury.
Which is bad.
Half of the season. No, you think turf toe and you're like, okay, your toe. Half of the season. That's 2.5, 3 months. Like,
I have stair knee.
Yeah, you do. The Bengals didn't change a single starter on offense, relying entirely on Burrow's health and Jamar Chase and T. Higgins staying elite, which are their wide receivers. Here's my rub with this, right? Okay. There's the rub. So I was looking at their O-line because a big story with this is Joe Burrow gets sacked all the time. He's always on the ground. So you would think, we gotta strengthen our O-line. I was like, oh, what did they do for their O-line? Oh, they just re-signed one of their offensive linemen, Dalton Reisner, which Broncos Country might know them because we drafted him back in 2019, and then he went to the Vikings, now with the Bengals. They didn't sign anyone new. And you saw in the preseason game, Burrow gets sacked a couple times. How do you expect your quarterback, who is chronically injured, to stay not injured if you don't do anything to fix it? And then I was like, where does exactly the O-line rank as far as like in the entire NFL? A ton of rankings have them around like 23rd to 28th. And mind you, there's 32 teams in the NFL. So if you were really trying to revamp your team, I would have at least an offensive lineman that you could sign on to it. Or
at least pick. And like, the Bengals didn't have a first round pick this year, but they didn't pick an offensive lineman until the 4th round.
Jeez.
And only picked 2 total offensive linemen.
Wow.
In the draft. So like,
well, so then, okay, thank God for the future, but will Joe Burrow make it that long?
I mean, Jonah Savaiinaea for the Dolphins was a first a draft pick. And you don't know, like, offensive linemen, like Caden Proctor we got in the first round this year.
Yeah.
But people are like, physical, insane human.
Yeah.
But it's hard. I mean, I would, for something that important, while you have Joe Burrow, I don't think you take a chance on a 4th and 7th round pick. You go get people or get the top one, but they couldn't because they didn't have a pick in the first round.
Yeah.
So
that's the thing. And sorry, actually, we got to pick this up.
Yep.
We have a lot of teams to get through. So last story about the Bengals real quick. So Sierra Wright, he was an undrafted free agent, rookie free agent this year. He has now left the Bengals. He's a cornerback to star in a movie. We have our very own Troy Bolton happening right now. So he was not drafted, right? He's undrafted. Yep. So the Bengals pick him up. He's practicing with the Bengals. And then this week, he said, Bengals, Zach Taylor, I got to go my own way. And he left the Bengals because he said it was an opportunity I couldn't turn down to be the lead in a movie. So he left the Bengals.
Job,
I know, to be on the exempt/left squad list. Have you ever heard of that list?
No.
I haven't either.
I heard not only, to be fair, I heard he wasn't leaving the Bengals. I heard he's like, I'm done with football. Like, I'm retiring from football.
And I read a different thing. Okay. I read that the film shooting wraps in October, and then he wants to revisit. Oh. But after Zach Taylor spoke about it, he said, we wish him the best. He was fun to be around, and he really competed hard for us. It was fun watching him play, but obviously he's chosen to go a different path. That sounds very past tense with the Bengals. So I don't think the Bengals are, but possibly another team.
That also, do you know what that sounds like to me? Zach Taylor's like, one less person to cut. That doesn't sound like he was going to make the team. And I didn't hear his tone at all, but just hearing you say those words, that sounds like, oh man, he competed hard, great guy, super fun to be around, jokester, good team guy. Like when people talk about how you don't play on the field, they're like, great locker room guy. That usually isn't a good thing about how well you play on the field. So I haven't seen Sierra play at all. This is not an indictment on Sierra. That sounds like Zach Taylor was like, we were going to cut him anyway. That's what that sounds like.
Well, lucky for you, Sierra, you're good enough for Hollywood.
Oh, yeah.
Because you landed a lead role, I guess, in a movie. He's also starred in Space Jam: A New Legacy. He was the older son of LeBron James in that movie.
And I have to stop saying bad things about Sierra. There's nothing against Sierra. That was one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my entire life.
Oh, my God.
But not because of Sierra. Did you see that movie?
No. Why would I watch it?
Awful.
Yeah, I'm sure it was.
But Sierra was great. I loved that performance.
Either way, pretty cool to see a NFL star be like, you know what, Troy Bolton, I think he was on to something.
Super, super cool.
I think he was on to something. Yeah. So,
moving on. Cleveland Browns. Another new head coach. So they fired Kevin Stefanski after 6 seasons. That's crazy to me. Like, it felt like the Browns were changing new head coaches every year. But like,
yeah, it's a dumpster fire.
I know, but the fact that Kevin Stefanski was there for 6 seasons, like, they gave him a shot.
They really did.
So they hired former Ravens offensive coordinator Todd Monken as their head coach. So they traded away Myles Garrett as one of their biggest trades, one of the best players in the entire NFL, who was playing for one of the worst teams. Now he's gone, so now they're just a bad team. Plays for the Rams now. So that's insane. Also insane, the quarterback room. It was a shit show the last couple years.
Because they had like 5-6 quarterbacks.
Continuing to be a shit show. So second-year quarterbacks Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders, who were both drafted last year.
Crazy.
Are still there. And Deshaun Watson still has one of the largest contracts in the history of the NFL and is playing. Watson is now like starting. And Watson had a good preseason game 1.
It hasn't been named the starter.
No, but sorry, he was the starter of the preseason.
Yes. This next week, Shedeur will be the starter.
Yes. So, thank you. That's a good qualifier.
Because they're still trying to figure it out.
So, Watson did have a good game. Sanders and Gabriel did not have a good game, and I also already saw some rumors that people are calling for Gabriel specifically to be cut.
Which, reminder, Gabriel was drafted before Shedeur Sanders last year, when no one wanted to draft Shedeur.
That's been super, super interesting. On that note, specifically, just like this shit show of this quarterback room, there was a tweet that went out that basically had Todd Monken running a 2-minute drill at the end of practice, and Deshaun Watson had like a incomplete pass, and then like a fumble. And I'm getting these wrong, but it was basically like Deshaun Watson, bad series, Shedeur Sanders, bad series, Dylan Gabriel, bad series. And it ended with Monken like breaking his clipboard over his knee and like screaming. Like that's how practice ended. All that to say, practice has also not been good because there was a clip circulating from practice of a hot mic that captured at the end of a play their first round wide receiver pick, Casey Concepcion.
Yeah, Concepcion.
had to go up for a really bad pass and landed, and it looked like really hurt himself. He ended up being okay, but it looked really, really bad. There's the filming of KC on the ground, and you hear a bunch of commotion in the background, and you hear someone scream, cut the fucking quarterback, and then it goes on to say, like, you got to cut him. This is a shit show. No one knows who the quarterback was, because this wasn't like an official, it's just like a random someone filming. And so no one knows, and no one's saying who the quarterback was that was being talked about, and no one knows whose voice that was who was screaming it. But it sounds like a player, and this is training camp, and you got to like rally around your team, and it sounds like there's no good energy, good mojo happening. So it's still a shit show in Cleveland.
I mean, but also I saw God, it's going to be impossible for us to get through this because I keep thinking of things. So Jerry Jeudy was caught in the spotlight recently doing a live, and he literally was just in a car and it was just his face, and he was just answering questions as they came through. And someone asked in the live, who do you want to be the starting quarterback? In the comments are going, he's just like there, and then he throws up a number 4. Mind you, Deshaun Watson is number 4. He was then asked later about it, and he said, no, there were a ton of questions at that time. Someone had asked how old my daughter is.
That's
okay. I'm sure they did, Jerry Jeudy.
The more I listen to certain like players that have things like that, it reminds me of like as a kid, or if I will become a parent, like, did you brush your teeth? And the kid's like, yeah. And it's like, really? Because we got you a new toothbrush today and it's still in the wrapper. Like, no.
No, I know.
Don't lie to me. You're an idiot.
Don't lie. So it's testy over in Cleveland, but is that a shocker?
No.
Like, no. Either you go with Deshaun Watson, who you have so much money invested in, easily the worst contract ever done for a football player, which thank God, because as two people that have been involved with teams with Russell Wilson and Tua Tongue, like worse, I will never say his whole name, Tua Tag, never the worst contracts, that Deshaun Watson is worse. Great. So either you do that and you just really commit to it, and half of Browns fans hate it. Or you go with Shedeur Sanders, which the top selling jersey, and he's still bad, or maybe he's lightning in a bottle and he could be really great. You're just waiting for next year, for the quarterback class next year. Yeah. I think that's what they're waiting on. But either way, it's crazy over there at the Browns.
It hasn't been for a long time, and still not good to be a Browns fan. So,
yes.
Sorry.
So final team in this division, the Pittsburgh Steelers. No, so this is one of the teams that had a new head coach. Mike Tomlin stepped away from the Pittsburgh Steelers. And this is very clear. He stepped away. He did not get fired. So he was... Steelers, whenever they get to the playoffs, they cannot win a playoff game. It's every single year they make it, they cannot win a playoff game. So he finally stepped down, and they hired Cowboys and Packers head coach Mike McCarthy to lead the team. So actually, Aaron Rodgers, he is reuniting with Mike McCarthy. So Mike McCarthy, he was the... You want to read your notes? This doesn't make any sense.
I know, I'm sorry. I was trying to edit it more. So McCarthy was the head coach. He started being the head coach of the Packers in 2006. In 2006 and 2007, Aaron Rodgers was the backup quarterback for the Packers when Brett Favre was still there. Side note, you want to hear craziness? Look up the Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers debacle and just that relationship. So then from 2008 to 2018, Aaron Rodgers was the starter. Mike McCarthy was the head coach, and that was an 11-season stretch that had a Super Bowl win, 8 consecutive playoff appearances, 6 NFC North Division titles, and 2 NFL MVP awards for Rodgers. I panicked because I was like, the Packers, that's NFC. We're talking about the AFC because they're now for the Steelers. It doesn't matter. Anyway, and the only reason McCarthy left is because he was fired. Now, towards the end of that relationship, there were rumors that Aaron Rodgers and Mike McCarthy did not get along, but there's been rumors that Aaron Rodgers doesn't get along with anybody he works with, so that's not surprising. But this was way before, like, Rodgers was generally liked by the public at this time, so.
Yeah, and I think it's in the past 5 years, 6 years, when it's like, hey, Rodgers, hang up your stupid helmet!
But I do, Des is not happy about this.
Two people piss me off, Jerry Jones and Aaron Rodgers.
And Von Miller a little bit lately.
Well, he just rubbed me the wrong way.
But this is, so for that, on that note, Aaron Rodgers has, like, stated this is his last season.
Thank God. Thank God, Aaron Rodgers. That's all we've been asking for the past how many years? When are you going to hang it up? When is the last season? I don't know. He keeps going out and having awful seasons. Go out when you're doing great. Look at Peyton Manning. He won a Super Bowl and then said, yeah, I'm done. Do what Peyton Manning did. Get out of the league, Aaron Rodgers.
So you wanted him to retire like
15 years ago? Yes, that would have been great for everyone involved. Aaron Rodgers has been in this league 15 years too long, okay? That's my opinion. Either way, he's with the Steelers. I'm done talking about the Steelers. NFC North, baby.
Woo!
NFC North.
Do you want to take the Bears? You want me to take the Bears?
You go ahead and
I'll do the Bears. So I want to talk about this real quick. Overall, when I was doing some research for this, Des doesn't agree with me. I think, low-key, NFC North could be one of the better divisions in the NFC, if not the whole league.
And I disagree with that vehemently. I absolutely disagree with that.
Well, we'll start with the Bears. So
why do you think it's the toughest?
So you have the Bears, who are the reigning division champions. They just barely beat out the Packers for that. Packers, very good team. They both had an insane wild card game. The Lions had one of the worst. They were the fourth place in the NFC North last year after being 15-2 at top seed in the NFC.
2 years ago.
2 years ago. Last year was a fluke. I'm going to say that right now. Last year was a fluke. Then you have the Vikings, who they're done with J.J. McCarthy. They're going to have Kyler Murray, who there are a lot of questions about him, but Kyler Murray did win a Heisman at one point. They might have a competent quarterback, and they still have an insane connection with these other people. Where are they? They're good people. And Brian Flores has the Vikings with having one of the best defenses in the league. This could be a good division. Watch it.
It's one of the top, yes, I don't disagree, but I think the NFC West with the Seahawks, Rams, Niners, and Cardinals is the best. You have Super Bowl winner in there. You have both the Seahawks and the Rams went to the NFC Championship.
Agree. I think the Seahawks and Rams are probably some of the best two teams in the NFC. I think as a whole, NFC North. Why? Start with the Chicago Bears.
I disagree with that.
All right, that's fine.
Continue.
So, as I said, reigning division champs. They were worst to first under Ben Johnson. They were 11-6 last year, and they were not 11-6 last year, or 2 years ago. So, Caleb Williams entering his third year, and he had such a good season last year that Madden said, "You want to be our cover boy?" So, Caleb Williams, cover of Madden. Now, we're going to use this time real quick, super quick, to talk about the Madden curse. Fine. I know, but still. So, if people don't know, Madden, football game, everyone loves it. Madden, whatever. Everyone plays Madden. It's a great game. Every year, there's an athlete who usually had a good year 2 years ago or last year to be on the cover of the upcoming season. Did you know that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 players since like the 90s have suffered from what they call the Madden curse?
And you're saying 90s, I would say 2000. Like,
sure.
So in the past 20 years, it's been pretty insane.
And to be fair, when Madden really is blown up and the video game culture has blown up. So I'm just going to say the names. Garrison Hurst, running back. Dante Culpepper, quarterback. Marshall Falk, running back. Michael Vick, quarterback. Ray Lewis, linebacker. Donovan McNabb, quarterback. Sean Alexander, running back. Vince Young, quarterback. Troy Polamalu, safety. Peyton Hillis, running back. Rob Gronkowski, tight end. And Christian McCaffrey, running back. All of these players missed almost more than 8 to 10 games, if not the entire season, due to injury after being on the Madden, like the season directly after being on the cover of Madden, or had significant drop-offs in production after being on the cover of Madden.
And I'm shocked you didn't even say Saquon Barkley most recently.
That's a good point.
He was on the Madden cover last year, and where was he last? There was no production from him. Yes, you could say it was from the OC, all those things. Either way, it doesn't matter. He didn't have great production. So, bless you. So, I don't think it's even just injury. Everything you just read is injury. All those players had very significant injuries. Yes. But we're not even talking about all the players that have been on it and then have just a huge decrease in production the next year. So...
Now, there are 4 players that have been considered as someone who have defied the curse. Tom Brady, Larry Fitzgerald, Calvin Johnson, and Lamar Jackson all were on the cover, had healthy seasons, and even maybe won or did really well. Now, there's a 5th, kind of, Patrick Mahomes. He did dislocate his kneecap that season and
Injury.
missed only 2 games.
Oh.
And then went on to win the Super Bowl. So it's not necessarily, it's kind of if and
But the fact that you just read me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 names, and we're talking about over like 20 years of Madden covers, and then you read how many? 13? What did you say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6?
17 or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, shit ton.
Yeah, the Madden curse is real. Yeah. Come on, guys. There's 2 things that are certain in NFL. We got the Madden curse, and we got the electromagnetic substation. And both those things are undeniably true.
Without categorically
true.
So other than that, I would just say overall, it was just like we'll talk about with the Lions, was them being bad a fluke, was the Bears being good a fluke. Caleb Williams. He had a bunch of like, how is he doing this last second throw? Like a lot of defying odds moments, and like has the clock struck midnight on old Caleb Williams?
Very similar narrative with Bo Nix.
Yep. So we'll see.
Yeah. Next up, Detroit Lions. So Drew was mentioning the Lions had a huge fall off last year, but a big reason for that was because of the injuries. 2 seasons ago, they finished 15-2, won the NFC North, and then lost in the divisional round, which was really cool. The Lions, it's sort of like they're the Bills, I think, of the NFC. Like they have gotten so close and have never won. So it's like, oh my God, 15-2, we're so close, and then they lost. Last year they were 9-8 and finished last in the playoffs. So a huge drop off, but they just had so many injuries last year. It's big injuries. Brian Branch, safety, Kirby Joseph, safety, Sam Laporta, tight end, Terrion Arnold, cornerback, which we talked about him going to Seahawks, and Taylor Decker, offensive tackle. These are all big starting players.
Yeah, they were like starters. Like the 2 names, Brian Branch and Kirby Joseph, like those were the 2. You have 2 safeties on the field. They were the 2 starting safeties.
Yes. So one thing about it though, and they also have lost wide receiver DJ Moore in free agency. And so it's going to be interesting, but you have to think about who is still in their wide receiver room. I mean, they have Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jamar Gibbs. Isn't he always top of fantasy in all like Jared Goff? I mean, like the Lions starting players, especially on offense, are huge breakout players. It's going to be interesting. They're a fun team to watch. I still think they're going to be good. Sort of 2 years ago, it was impressive they went so far. Last year, a lot of people were like, they didn't get as far because of injuries. This year, I think is going to show us really what they got, being like, which year was the true year.
Interesting.
So we're going to see that from the Lions. Okay. Yeah.
Nice. Moving on to the Packers, the Green Bay Packers.
What colors?
Green and yellow.
Well, good for you.
Cheeseheads. So they, even though they have their main head coach still, Matt LaFleur, a lot of their coaches Gonzo. One of them, Jeff Hafley, former DC, my guy now. And he said, hey, linebacker coach Sean Duggan, why don't you come be my DC? So those guys are gone. QB coach Sean Mannion went and took the Eagles offensive coordinator's job. So Matt LaFleur's there, but all of his coordinators, gonzo. There's a lot of hesitant optimism about this team.
And I do want to say something about that, though, with all the coordinators leaving. So he lost the OC and the DC. So another reason why the Lions were saying, or why another reason why the Lions were bad last year, in my opinion, is because they lost their OC and DC last year. And they went to other teams. So Dan Campbell had to find new OC and DC. So yes, injuries, but also new personnel. In my opinion, I think that was a big reason why.
I can't confirm if the OC left. I do know the DC left and took other people around him. And a quarterback coach left. But
Lions OC was Ben Johnson, right? And now
coach 2 years ago?
Yeah, coach of the Bears now. So
and Matt LaPorta was their DC.
No, Jets coach.
What? No, I know, but he was on there at one point too.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
But Jets head coach Aaron Glenn was the
DC.
Good
call.
Yes. Continue.
So anyway,
back to Packers.
So overall, like the fan reaction of this is like similar to Zach Taylor. They're kind of like, hey, you have a really good quarterback in Jordan Love, and we went really well, and there was kind of this fluke, insane last minute end in the wild card game last year against the Bears, but like we gotta make a run in the playoffs. There's no like. it's kind of Super Bowl or bust. And not winning, but like getting there for Packers fans. Like they're kind of about to be over the Matt LaFleur experiment and kind of the Jordan. I don't think the Jordan Love experiment as much as the Matt LaFleur one. But and from the outside looking in, I was telling Des this earlier, like this isn't against the Packers. I think the Packers are a good team. But to me, it's like, being plugged in, like, I don't think of the Packers as like Super Bowl or bust. I think of them as being a good team, and they can make a run.
I think of them being a playoff team. I don't think of them as a Super Bowl team.
But I would not be shocked in the slightest if they make it to the playoffs and lose in the first round. And if that happens, I could see the volume being even louder calling for Matt LaFleur's head. So it's just another. I'm going to be on coach watch this year.
Ooh,
so first two names right now: Zach Taylor and Matt LaFleur.
All right. Mark it.
They're up there.
So
keep an eye out for them. The other thing that I found super interesting, so the Packers used their 6th round draft pick to draft a kicker, like a field goal kicker, and I didn't write his name down because that was stupid. Anyway, he's been like usually
Trey. Oh my God, Drew, you're gonna lose your mind on his name.
What is his name?
Kicker Trey Smack.
That's an awesome name.
That's the coolest name I've ever seen.
Trey Smack. Trey Smack has been smacking balls everywhere but through the uprights. So usually it's just, there's been a lot of talk about this kicker in practice. Now they practice outside and Green Bay is crazy with weather. Apparently the two things is there's been crazy crosswinds at practice, but that is not helping Trey Smack's case because people are writing a lot. You don't write about the kicker a lot in preseason and training camp that he is really struggling. So yes, it's crazy wins, but you're a kicker. You're going to be outside. You need to deal with that. And that's been a big, big thing. The last thing is that the O-line is ranked near the bottom this league by many experts. PFF, who's kind of like the overall main one, has them at 28. So that's something to look at. This team is supposed to be relatively talented, but a weak offensive line can sink your team to the bottom of the sea. I think I'm losing, Steve. We have one more team. We have one more team.
The Minnesota Vikings, and I guess Andrew Simon's best division in the league, which the Minnesota Vikings, I think out of all of these teams, are the worst team in the NFC North, which is wild.
But I do think they could have a high ceiling.
Yes, because their defense is top 5 in the league. Like, it's like Texans, Broncos, Vikings. Like, those teams are juggernaut defenses.
Brian Flores, former Dolphins, thorn in my side.
I know, former Dolphins head coach.
Yeah.
And after last year, their defense being one of the top, like, they were about to lose them, and then Brian Flores stayed. So we're going to see the Vikings defense if they can run it back again. So now all eyes are on offense. So little refresher, 2 years ago was when all the quarterbacks were drafted. Caleb Williams, Bo Nix, J.J. McCarthy, which J.J. McCarthy is the quarterback of the Vikings, all right? He got injured the first year, so they brought Sam Darnold in. Sam Darnold went in, won Vikings like 11 games.
What was this injury, J.J. McCarthy?
I don't remember.
But he didn't play a snap.
No, it was like in the preseason. Yes, it was very early on.
And he had to do surgery, so he didn't, even though it was all these other rookie players or rookie quarterbacks, he did not play. His first snaps were last year. Correct.
Then Sam Darnold left, won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Last year, they were like, all right, J.J. McCarthy, it's your turn. Dumpster fire. Also got injured again, right? Who would have thunk? So now Kyler Murray from the Arizona Cardinals has been brought in, and at first it was up in the air, but now it's official. Kyler Murray is starting over JJ McCarthy, which if I was a Vikings fan, I would be sick that we did not keep Sam Darnold and let him go to the Seahawks because they let him do that because they're like, JJ McCarthy's our man, and now you have Kyler Murray, which, not saying he's bad. We're going to see what he's got with the Vikings instead of the Cardinals. Either way, Heisman winner, Kyler Murray. Yeah. Hey, Kyler, don't send a cease and desist. It probably won't go well. Just letting you know wherever you went to college. So we're going to see how it is for Kyler Murray. But with JJ McCarthy having an amazing preseason week 1, I mean, he was balling out. It's not balling out, but 4 for 7, 34 yards. He just looked better than he has been. Yes, it's preseason. Yes, it's not against starters. Always keeping that in mind. But now Vikings fans are like, oh, great, he looks really good. Get him, let's trade him for someone that we can really use if we're really investing in Kyler Murray. So I'm curious to see if they're going to keep playing J.J. McCarthy during the preseason to really amp up his stock.
Little commercial.
Yeah, that's also what you do in preseason is if you're trying to make one of your players look really good so other teams that need a position, you're like, you know what, here, you can have this for this. That's how you sort of leverage these things. So also the Vikings, they could be a lot better than last year because they have a fairly easy schedule when you look at the rest of their division. 8 of their games are against teams with losing record last year. So there is a chance the Vikings could be on the up and up this year, especially with such a killer defense. So all eyes on the offense and Kyler Murray.
And I think we're in agreement. Probably one of the best divisions in the NFC.
We'll agree to disagree on
that. Well, 18 hours later.
No. So either way, so now we only have 2 divisions left for next week.
I'm super excited.
And then we're through. So that's preseason week 1, preseason week 2. We're heading into. Excited to see the Broncos play the Packers and Dolphins play.
And you get to watch the Dolphins-Giants game.
Dolphins-Giants. I'm so excited to watch.
It's going to be good. I'm calling it. Over under on Drew's wiggles. Well, I don't know if Malik Willis is going to play. It doesn't matter. I'll report back on my wiggles.
Your Willis wiggles. Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, thanks for listening, guys. Can't wait to chat to you next week. And until then, go Broncos!